So this is about the diversity in classroom regarding the students. This is one aspect of it. Second one is all-round development. And you all know what is all-round development. We are expected to uh, give this all-round development for all the students in the classroom. That means all where we will find this all-round development, especially in the areas like physical development, intellectual development, language development, emotional development, and social development. Of course, spiritual development we doesn't give that much of importance, but we consider that we have to develop the students in these all these areas. But is this possible developing them to of course we can develop them, but only to different extents. That means some students will be more interested in physical activities. We can give them games and we can make them do games and sports, make them play games and participate in sports. More number of students, they will be intellectually uh, means far ahead of other students when you compare with other students. So they are more interested in academics. That means they are very studious students. They'll go for studying. They prefer that. And next, students who have emotional development, they're emotionally they are far developed than the other students. So such students you have to give push them towards the creativity side. That means making them play, participate in different plays or write something, write poems or do some craft work, artwork, like that. So emotionally we have to uh, tackle such students towards pushing them towards the creativity area. Next one is social development. Now, regarding social development, you'll find student leaders among students also, who are very much doing the organizing activities, and they'll take up the responsibilities whichever teacher is giving, and they will participate very well in such activities. They're very active in such activities. Yes or no? So, such students, they have more of social development. Even though we have to concentrate on the all round development of each and every student, we find variations among all such areas. What are those areas? Physical, intellectual, social, emotional. Apart from this, language development also. Some of the students, they'll be able to speak the language very well. You might have seen in the classroom, in the same classroom, English is taught. For example, English conversations, if they take place, you'll see some of the students are very easily able to catch the terminology or the words, and they are able to whether active words actively, uh, active words or passive words, and they will be able to use them very easily. And some students, they will be unable to use them as perfectly as other students, that you might have observed. So in the language development also, in the same class, same students, will find variations, differences. This is the thing which you have to remember, and accordingly you should cater to their needs. See which type of student is in which area he is developing well, and you have to of course consider other development areas also, but you have to give importance to that specific area in which the student is very much interested. Now, next one is heredity and environment. You know, environment plays a very big role. Heredity also plays a big role, but comparatively, environment is more say. For example, some of the students, not in, of course, private schools, in even in private schools also, you'll find first generation learners. You have to see that their environment is very much different from the other students environment who are just some fourth generation, fifth generation learners. Do you understand what is meant by first generation learners? That means parents won't be, um, parents are not
Educated.
educated, and someone is joining, that's why. Parents are not educated, and they can't, parents can't, these students won't be getting even a newspaper or something to read while they are young at their homes. When they come to the school only, they are able to see the letters for the first time. So they are the first generation learners. And others, there might be fourth, fifth generation learners. So such kind of differences will be there in the environment. And heredity, of course, some of them have good intelligence levels. They have good grasping power compared to other students. That is the heredity part. In heredity parts also, one thing you have to remember is different students have different ailments. Ailments means from diseases to, nowadays you can consider these diseases, because some of them, even younger children also are getting diabetes, for example. Mm. A diabetic student's performance is not up to the level of a normal student. Like that, in different areas also, this diabetic problem is 50% is a hereditary problem, and 50% it is an environment problem. But like such, you have many hereditary students with hereditary diseases also will be coming to the school. So, and especially eyesight, some of them, they'll sit in the last bench and they are unable to watch the board, what all you are writing, teachers. So such kind of problems you have to identify whether they are the hereditary, whether it is an hereditary problem or environmental problem. So depending upon that, there will be a lot of variation in the students. So you have to cater to those problems also. Now, this plays a lot of difference, I mean, lot of role in the differences or variations in the classroom. Next one is IQ. IQ, what is IQ? You all know. IQ is nothing but the intelligence quotient. Are you able to get me, ma? Any problem? Am I very fast?
No, ma'am.
Huh?
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So next one is intelligence quotient. Now you know what is the intelligence quotient and mental age about Binet and Terman, and how is IQ calculated? IQ is calculated by mental age divided by actual age into 100. What is actual age? It is nothing but the chronological age. Mental age means మానసిక వయస్సు అమ్మ. ఎవరన్నా తెలుగు మీడియం వాళ్ళు జాయిన్ అయ్యారా? మౌనిక, మౌనిక, ఎవరన్నా ఉంటే మాత్రం హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేయండి అమ్మా, లేకపోతే అడగండి తెలుగులో మీకు.
Good evening, ma'am.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మా. ఆర్ యూ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ స్పీక్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్?
Yes, ma'am. I am English medium student.
Very good, very good. There is no problem.
Okay.
So this IQ also, we in a classroom, how do you know the IQ? By conducting intelligence tests. Through intelligence tests, we will know the IQ. And IQ varies from 25 to 150. 150 means genius students. You might not find them in the classroom. At rarest kind, you may find one or two. So from 25 to 150. So they are like idiots from 25. So name is given. Names are given for all those type of IQ children, like idiots, imbecile, moron, dullard, superior, genius, like that. In between dullers and superiors. That means dullers, they are known in Telugu Mandabuddhulu. Superiors, they are known as Unnata Prajnavanthulu. Between these two, you have this below average, 81 to 90 IQ, 91 to 110 IQ, that is average, and 111 to 120 above average. So in Telugu, it is Sagatu Prajna, average. సగటు కంటే ఎక్కువ ప్రజ్ఞ above average. సగటు కంటే తక్కువ ప్రజ్ఞ below average. So these three will come between dullers and superior. That is a scale ranging from 25 to 150. Okay, you will find in any psychology books. And next, this is the variations which you find in the classroom because of the individual differences, especially IQ. Accordingly, you have to tackle them. Accordingly, you have to teach them. That is very important. All are not equal, even though we say that we try to bring uniformity in a classroom is not uniform. Got it? Next one is aptitude, attitude, interest. Have you heard these words? Thinking, reasoning, problem solving, imagination, memory, and previous learning. Previous learning is very important. See, now whatever I am saying, previously if you have heard about these terms and if you have heard about this psychological terms, everything, it will be easy for you to understand now. If you haven't heard anything, it will be difficult for you all. So you have to see in the classroom what is the previous learning of the student, how much they have learned previously. Depending upon that, you have to construct the further learning. So you have to check the foundation of the student. That is very important. You don't consider that because they are coming from some students, they come from different schools. So don't consider that because that is a good reputed school, that student might be having good previous learning, status of previous learning. Don't think that. You have to check how much he has learned, and then on that you have to build further content or knowledge, whatever it is. Next, this regarding this aptitude. What is aptitude? Does anyone has an idea? Aptitude?
Mental ability, ma'am.
It is a natural ability. Of course, all these are mental level only. But it is a natural ability. Sahaja samadhyalu. Telugulo antaru. Those who know Telugu here. Sahaja samadhyalu. That means natural ability. That means they are born with it. You can't inculcate anything into that. Their aptitude. That's why you have to check what is their natural ability. You can't pull or push anything. You can't add anything to that. Only vajranni saanabettagalam. Etla aithe vajranni polish a diamond, like that it is already a diamond. That is, he has that natural abilities. You have to see that what are the natural abilities of the student. Each and everyone will have certainly one or the other natural ability that teacher has to catch. I know this is very difficult for a teacher to go through all this, but yet you have to do that. That is your responsibility. And next one is attitude. Telugulo vaikhari antaramma. Attitude ante telsa? What types of attitudes we have? We have only two types of attitudes, positive and negative. చదువు పట్ల వాడు సుముఖంగా ఉన్నాడా లేదా? Regarding education, what is his attitude? Does he have a positive attitude or a negative attitude? That is very important. See, some of the students, even though they come to the school forcibly because of their parents, he doesn't have a positive attitude towards education, doesn't want to study. So that kind of attitudes you can change. This is changeable. It depends completely on the school environment and teachers, staff, whatever, whoever are present there. It depends upon the teachers mainly to change the attitudes of the students. This is very important to create a positive attitude towards education. It should be like that. What 10th darka agipoguddu. He shouldn't stop at 10th or SSC or inter or degree. His attitude towards education should be, he has to learn. He has to learn as much as possible, as far as much he can go, he has to go with the education. That you have to develop in the students. Next one is interest. What is interest here? Telugulo aithe abhiruchi. And this varies a lot among the children, you know. దట్ ఈస్ విభిన్నంగా ఉంటుంది. తెలుగులో చెప్పుకుంటే విభిన్నంగా ఉంటాయి అభిరుచులు. యూ హ్యావ్ టు చెక్ ఆల్ ద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్. Sometimes interest will be influenced by the fellow students or the peer group or the media or movies or theater works like that. But yet specifically they'll have some or the other kind of interest that you have to catch hold. That the students vary in this. Then thinking, another important thing is thinking. థింకింగ్ అంటే తెలుగులో చింతన అంటారమ్మా. వి ఆల్ విల్ టీచ్ ఇన్ ద స్కూల్స్ వాట్ టు థింక్. దేని గురించి ఆలోచించాలో చెప్తాం మనం. వాళ్ళకి ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఇచ్చేస్తాం. విల్ గివ్ దెమ్ అ ప్రాబ్లమ్ అండ్ ఆస్క్ దెమ్ టు సాల్వ్. విల్ మేక్ దెమ్ టు థింక్ అబౌట్ సమ్ కంటెంట్, whatever it is. But never we will tell them how to think. Teacher has to teach how to think. ఎట్లా ఆలోచించాలి. వెయిట్ మా 1 minute. Usma. So teacher has to see how to make students how to think. వాళ్ళు ఎలా ఆలోచించాలి, ఎలా ఆలోచిస్తే వాళ్ళకి సరి అయిన సమస్యకి సరి అయిన పరిష్కారం అన్నది దొరుకుతుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. మేక్ దెమ్ థింక్, నాట్ ఓన్లీ వాట్ టు థింక్ బట్ హౌ టు థింక్. దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ విచ్ టీచర్స్ హ్యాస్ టు remember. So the meeting will end by 10 minutes, ma. So I'll be if at all it ends, I'll continue tomorrow. Is that okay? Hello?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Next one is memory. Memory. See, there is a lot of difference in the memory, because one student, as you tell, he will remember everything. That too for entire year he will remember. Yes or no? If you'll make him do a one problem, he will remember it for an entire year. Some of them they'll forget in the next 10 minutes only. ఏకసంతాగ్రాహులు అంటారు కదమ్మా కొందరిని. వాళ్ళు చాలా బాగా పెట్టుకుంటారు. ఫర్ లాంగ్ టైమ్ దే విల్ రిమెంబర్. In Telugu, it is memory is known as smruti. So there is variations in this also. Next one is reasoning. That too, logically, how you have to reason anything, that you have to teach students. And there will be lot of variation in this. Mainly in the adolescent students, there will be reasoning will be developing in them. Reasoning part of the brain, logical thinking of the brain will be developing in the adolescent students. B.ed is about adolescent education, that you all know. Vivechanam Telugulo. So that you have to see. Different students have different reasoning. So you have to give them the correct reasoning. Then they will solve the problem also in a correct way. That is problem solving. In solving any problem also, you'll find different variations. You will wonder how they are able to solve in such a different ways. Next one is imagination. So not only this, imagination also there will be, Telugulo kalpana antaramma. Imagination also there will be lot of variations. That means differences, individual differences. How one will be thinking about, imagining about one thing, and another will be imagining one thing, and there will be lot of imagination regarding different things in different ways. So what they are thinking, what they are imagining, that also you have to check. And if you take different types of schools, In schools also you have ICSE, suppose it's an ICSE syllabus or international schools are there. There will be students from different countries. They have different cultures. huh? From physical appearances to their behavior, there will be lot of differences. Next one is needs. What are the different needs of the students? See, physiological needs, psychological needs. In these needs also there will be lot of differences. For example, you might have studied this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes or no? So in that, some students will be at the level of physical need only. If they come from the very poor background and if they are first generational learners. And next, some students will be stuck up at security level only. Some students, they need affection. Some students, they need recognition, self-esteem. And it's very far thing. Many of them, it will be difficult for them to reach self-actualization at that stage. All these you have to check. There will be variation in the needs also. According to their needs, you have to cater the things. That means you have to cater to their needs. Suppose if they are students who doesn't, their physical needs are not satisfied. If they come to the school, you have to see that whether వాడు ఆకలితో వస్తాడమ్మా పొద్దున పూట without having tiffin. You make them sit in the classroom and you will be telling about all the maths problems. Will it get into his head? It's not possible. So you have to check what are the physical needs, whether they are satisfied, security needs and affection, are you giving it to the students in the right way? And then recognition, wherever recognition is needed, you have to provide them with recognition. So all won't be needing the recognition. Some of them whose affection, security, physical needs are satisfied, they will go for recognition. So you can't tackle all the students with recognition only. ప్రతి ఒక్కడికి గుడ్ గుడ్ అని వేసినంత మాత్రానికి వాళ్ళకి రికగ్నిషన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, హ్యాపీనెస్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, వాడు బాగా చదివేస్తాడు అనుకోవడానికి లేదు. ఓకే, ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ద needs of the students. So individual differences also you have to take care. Next one is the moral development. Now you might have studied Kohlberg's moral development. There are different 3 levels of moral development. Pre-conventional level, where they can just differentiate between the good and bad. And next one is conventional levels, where they follow specific social norms. And the third one is the post-conventional level, where they will have universal moral values and where they follow them for the betterment of the society. So they will be going through these 3 levels. So in the first stage, good or bad, whatever parents say good, this is good, they'll follow. This is bad, they won't do it. And second thing is social norms. According to the friends, peer group, whatever they will tell, they will follow that. And third level, it is generated in themselves, so they follow that. So this is about the moral development. There will be variations in that also. And next one is social development. In social development, we find lot of differences. Some of the students are extroverts, some of the students are introverts. And their mental development also, if you consider, there will be phobias, obsessions, addictions among the students also. Don't think school students won't have all this. They will, some of them will have it because of their background, that is their social background or home atmosphere, whatever it is. They might have these phobias, obsessions and addictions. You have to be very careful with them and you have to check all this. And next one is in the social development also, formation. Some of them, their self concept also won't be formed. You have to check, even though they have come to the adolescent age. So they just depend upon the heroism, on that only they will go for. So they won't have their own self concept. So the formation of self concept is very important for them. So there will be lot of variations among these also. So tomorrow we will deal with the other things, that is regarding, we'll go for the other diversity areas, mainly regarding the special education, and next the inclusive practices objectives, as far as possible. Okay, have you all understood? Was I too fast, ma?
No, ma'am.
Huh?
No,
Were you able to catch it? And tomorrow I'm
Yes, ma'am.
expecting more number of students. Okay. Okay, ma. Good night, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
okay.
ma'am.
This is
Thank you
just
so much, ma'am.
introduction. Okay, ma. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.